connoisseurs of movies, TV shows, and literature. You ready to shake things up? I am. You may call me Luke Garou, and we are here to feast on my opinions of all things movie, TV, and book. It's me. Not really. We're tackling the 1993 classic. Granted, it was a very interesting year for movies anyway. I say that because I was a teenager during that time. But I absolutely adore this movie that people give so much shade to. And it is because when you watch until just before the post-credit scene, you heard me correctly, this 1993 movie has a post-credit scene. It says, based on the concept and characters by, my son's going to kill me for butchering this first name, Shigeru Miyamoto. Not the game, the concept. What are we tackling? The live-action Super Mario Bros. Now, people give this movie so much grief because it's the worst video game movie adaptation out there. Spoilers, it was never meant to be a video game movie adaptation. This was based on the concept of two brothers going to an alternate dimension to help a princess from an evil tyrant. Yes, they happen to be plumbers. That is the very concept of the Mario Brothers games. The way Miyamoto designed it is the games. But when the outsider saw that concept, you got this movie. I adore this movie. It is hilarious in the fact that it really doesn't take itself too seriously. And instead of it being a complete fantasy world that they go to in their alternate dimension, they go to a more real world, plausible alternate dimension, an alternate Earth, which in and of itself is brilliant. Now, I can hear you guys. Why would they do that? Because concepts are concepts. They're free. You don't believe me? Watch Once Upon a Time and Haven. Both television shows are based on the same concept. That concept, and I will tell you anyway, is a coastal New England town full of crazy characters. Both shows have that as the heart and soul of their show. But they couldn't be more different. Now, my best friend and I love to write. And we have this book called Write the Stories. And all it is concepts. Prefaces. The ones we've written stories for are The Babysitter Snoops and Find Something Unexpected, A Fishing Trip, Having the Boss Over for Dinner, mash up two classic fairy tales into one story, Something Bad is About to Happen but Nobody Believes the Main Character, the main character goes on a trip alone to gain perspective, A Letter Changes Everything, A Child's Dream Literally Comes True, A Good Reason to Be Afraid of the Dark, Halloween Night, and Halloween Night at the Hospital. Our stories could not be more different, but they all have that concept at heart. I mean, the only time we actually even remotely got similar is when we took two classic fairy tales and mashed them up. Both of us happened to choose Little Red Riding Hood. Whereas she chose Little Red Riding Hood and Goldilocks and the Three Bears, I chose Little Red Riding Hood and Hansel and Gretel. Hers was set in the future. You shrug. But a society where humans and animals live together in a Zootopia sort of manner is definitely more futuristic than villages where evil stepmothers still try to get rid of their stepchildren by leaving them alone in the woods to die. Which was the preface of Hansel and Gretel, by the way, if you have never heard of that. Now, why do I bring that up? Because as a movie by itself from the 1990s, this is fantastic. It had probably some of the most state-of-the-art special effects of its time. And I'm saying that from a 12-year-old's perspective because that's how old I was when I saw it. Yes, I'm that old. But people keep saying, it's such a crappy video game movie. Like I said before, it's not a video game movie. It was never meant to be a video game movie. The awesome cartoon that is out now, that is a video game movie. This is two brothers who happen to be plumbers go to an alternate dimension to rescue a princess and the dimension from an evil dictator. That's it. That is the only thing the platforming video game and this movie have in common. That is all it was ever meant to have in common. Because Miyamoto took that idea and ran with it to the Mushroom Kingdom. The creator of this ran with it to Dino Hatton. Massive differences, if you think about it. Now, would you watch it for the first time? Or will you watch it again with a different perspective? Because, again, it did not deserve the grief it was getting. And that is part of the reason why I say marketing is everything. Whoever marketed this as a video game movie, which would have been like the first ever of its time, pardon, is doing it a disservice. There are other movies like that too. The Road to Marwen is one of them. I think it's The Road to Marwen. No, Welcome to Marwen. That's what it was called. Welcome to Marwen was a really good movie. Again, suffered greatly from bad marketing. But let me know in the comments. Have you seen it? Will you watch it? Remember, kindness is the key to understanding. So be kind to me. Be kind to each other in the comments. Find the like button and tend to whatever injuries it may have acquired throughout the week. From overuse, rescue the subscribe button from zombies, and smash that bell to get the zombies away from you as you run to safety in the other direction. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!